Welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's your host, Big Al. Welcome back to Big Al Speaks.
Hey.
Today, I got some very, very important guests in the building. These three beautiful black queens I have with me today, they're great conversationalists. They're great singers at my church. I'm hoping to see them put out some music, some albums, something.
Yeah.
So I'm introducing Taylor at the end.
Hey, y'all, what's going on?
I got Tierra in the middle.
Hey y'all, what's up?
And I got Charlotte right here next to me.
Hi. How y'all doing?
How are y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good. This is our first podcast.
Yeah, so we're excited. We just got out of church, y'all, so please forgive us if we just kind of like dressed up and stuff. Tierra didn't, she a little dressed down.
out of my Pentecost.
But this is the reason for the white, because it's
Yeah.
Pentecost Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, and we are saved, beautiful black women.
Yes, we
Lift them up.
Babs.
Yes.
Let's talk about lift them up. Alan, what's going on with you?
What's going on with me?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just chilling. I'm always working. I think even when I'm out of work, I'm working.
Yeah.
Do you get tired of that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I love to work.
Yeah.
I love just doing stuff.
Yeah. I hate feeling like I'm not doing anything.
Because if I'm not doing nothing, then I just
I don't feel productive.
bad.
Yeah,
I don't feel productive.
yeah.
But you can't be like that all the time, though.
No, because
You
you're
know,
going to burn yourself
you gonna
out.
burn your-
But you
Yeah.
put that word work on it, but when you're doing something you love, it's really not work.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
not work.
It's work
but
to like you. I think once you get a production and you get all the people that you want to feel like you're doing everything by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because you know how to do it. But once you get a team, because we can't do everything on our own. I've seen that not too long ago. And it's like, God has not put us on this earth to do everything on our own. And it's okay. Because I think I got to do everything on my own. I got so many dreams, visions, and goals. We'll get into that. But I be like, I can't do everybody's hair.
Yeah.
I'm a hairstylist, but there's no way I can have a hair show and I'm gonna wear myself out. So
You better get into it quick.
that work.
Yeah.
It's like but go back to what you was about to say. You said work.
I was going to say, and then like I have to give up this control because I edit all the videos.
Right.
I edit all the thumbnails. I edit the audios.
Yep.
And then me having to entrust somebody else
Yeah.
That's
with
a
this
big
work.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
a big thing trying
Yep.
to let go.
Yes,
Cause
yes.
it's your baby.
Hey,
Right. I was
Exactly.
gonna say this your baby. This is your goal. Like this is your dream. And I feel like you do it very well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But just to go back to what you were saying about, I think I was talking about that to my Uber driver, and I was like, he's like, I like to work, and I was like, man, and I do too. I feel good to know, like, to be independent, to have your own money, everything. But it's like, after a while, you get burnt out.
You do?
Because I was saying, like, even when I'm not working, I'm working. I'm always working 7 days out of the week, and I'm like, man, I'm always working.
Yeah.
And
But
I don't
wanna
want to
get
be
to the
sick.
point, where it's
not
like,
to work.
But I wanted to get to a point where it don't feel like work.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I love, and it don't feel like I'm I'm not exhausted or irritated with it.
Yeah, that's good.
That's why you got to train them up.
Yeah.
Train up somebody
Yep, under
to
you.
where you can trust them. Because I don't trust everybody. Like, I need an assistant. They got to braid the same way I braid. If you ain't braiding the same way I braid, then it's not going to be consistent. Same with this. If you won't set it up the way I set it up, train them up.
right.
Lord, send the people that I need you, to help me so I won't have such a burden on me. I feel like I'm, and sometimes we don't think it's a burden because we're like, oh, I got this. And then you be like, I done already went to church and minister. I done did this. Now I got to do all of this. I need somebody to help me. And it's okay. We got to know that God is sending the help in this season
it's
so we
okay
can get
to-
to our goals and our visions because
Yeah.
we can't do it alone. Moses had a whole army with him. He was in front, but I'm telling you, he had about a good amount of people behind him because he couldn't do it alone, but he was the leader. So God, please still make me the leader, but send my help to help me.
Yeah. That's good.
That's
a
good,
word.
yeah.
That's a word.
I'm preaching.
I'm preaching.
She preaching. She potting today.
Come on.
She potting today.
She got a word in her belly.
Come on. It's ready to come forth.
So with the braiding though, so like how do you do that?
So I initially was doing all styles, but I just switched over to braiding because I'm gonna just put it out there. It's real, raw, whatever. I don't have my hair license, but I did do the time. I did the time, and now I feel like I'm doing the crime. or whatever. Maybe that's backwards, but because I feel like I'm using the word crime, but it's like I gotta work so hard when I should have just went and got my license when I got it. Now they talking about, oh, after so many years, you gotta kind of. It's a term they use, but it's like I can't just go get it now. Now I have to. I don't know if I have to do more hours. So I'm just like, Lord, you know, help me get through this transition because I did mess up. You know, I did it. I did a part of it. Now I didn't finish it or whatever. But I love doing knotless braids. They just take the longest. So I'm trying to find different styles because my personality is I like to do different things. But when I stick to one thing, I stick to that one thing. So it's like a routine for me. So I've been doing the knotless or whatever. So I love doing that because I know how to do it. It's like the greatest thing I'm great at that. So it's like if I do anything else, it's like I don't know if I really want to do that. So I'm trying to just put myself out there, and I was asking the Lord to give me other things to do because our business. Look out for that, you guys. Yeah, you know you're gonna hear the name of in a few, but I want to do something else because there's no way I'm gonna just sit in that one spot for 4 hours and not be able to just interact. Yeah. I'm going to be in that one space and it's just not going to work. And I was like, Lord, give me something to where it's either going to cut down the time of my, what is the word I'm trying to say?
Cut down the time of you doing your hair.
Yeah. Cut down the time of what I'm already doing, the service. Mm-hmm. And so I want to do something else. And then I just like doing different stuff. I don't like doing the same thing, but it's funny because I like watching the same thing. If I see the movie, Chris, my husband had it, he'd be like, why you always watching that stupid movie? I love the movie Baby Boy. I don't know. I think what it is about it makes me feel like it's real. If you ever watch that movie Baby Boy, it's real. I'll be like, this movie seemed like it's not a movie, so just to sum that up, I love, braiding. So once I get done with that or whatever, I want to do something else. I used to do lashes. Maybe I'll just get into lash extensions. It's a little more tedious. I'm going to have my license because it's a chemical-based service that you are giving to people. So, I mean, girls, they wake up, their eyes be red. The whole time when they get the service, their eyes are closed because that is a solution or it's they call it something. I forgot what it's called, but
the product or the glue.
The product it's another word for it, but it'll mess you up. So I just want to do something else, and I just asking God to give me a plan.
So you want to be a lady of many hats?
I do, but I do want to stick to one hat because I'm just always all over the place, and I don't. In the new season that I'm in, I want to do different things, but I want to stick to something. I've never stuck to anything throughout my life. It's always something else I want to get into. Like my husband, like, oh, you want to do everything. I do, but I want to just stick to one thing.
You want to be consistent. Yeah.
And if I just stick to that one thing for a few years, I can do something else. But I want to be consistent in that one thing for however much time I want. I don't want to keep
jumping.
That's all I do. I'm play so many roles. I'm sick of it, and it kind of brings me back to my life. But enough about me. Because I feel like this is my podcast. I'm talking too much.
All right. Okay, so Taylor, you do the makeup, right?
Yes, I am the makeup artist of the group.
Yes.
And I've been doing it for a while now. Like, I'm going to say about 10 plus years. But actually, that's a long time. Yeah. But I don't do it full time. So I do have a 9 to 5. I'm 9 to 5 and I'm entrepreneuring at the same time. Yeah. So while I'm doing my 9 to 5 and getting, doing the corporate world work, I do the makeup on the weekends or in my spare time. I would like to do it full time, but I think that's a faith thing for me. Stepping out on faith and actually, because I mean, everybody tell me, they be like, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? I'm like, it's not as easy as it. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. They like, I'm like, but are you gonna pay my bills? Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. And they like, and I know God like, well, first of all, if you look to me, then you know what I'm saying. So I think that's something that me and God, I be like, we be tussling about because I be like, God, is you gonna pay this bill? You gonna make sure I'm gonna be fed? You know what I'm saying? Right. But I know He can. He's gonna do it. It's just about me stepping out on faith and stop having fear and doubt about, making sure that everything's going to get done. Cause I'm always that person that have to have control, or I have to know what's going on or what's next. Right. But, like I said, I've been doing it for 10 plus years, and I freaking love it. I love doing makeup. It's a passion for me. I never get tired or weary of doing it. I feel like if I was in like New York or ATL or LA, I could do it full time. Yeah. Cause it's always something happening. Right. It's always a party. It's always, but we in Michigan, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and don't nobody want to pay.
And paying wise. Now I can say that my clients, I've raised my prices maybe about 3 times, and they have been paying. I have consistent, faithful clients.
When they faithful.
And I thank God for all of my clients. I love y'all so much. I will be doing an appreciation day soon. But I freaking love it. And it's more than just a passion. It's ministry. Yeah. Like you have somebody sit in your chair. They're coming in with their problems. You have to be able to do their face, multitask while talking, while pouring into them. Like hey, you want something to drink? Hey, how are you feeling today? It's like therapy.
Getting to know them.
Getting to know a client. Like therapy. I do people makeup that I never met in my life. Yeah. But you have to be a likable person, first of all, when you're doing hair or you're the beauty industry, because you meet people from all different walks of life, and you don't know what you're getting into. So you got to be a likable person. You got to have some type of personality. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be sitting there. It's quiet the whole hour you're doing makeup. Are you doing hair? It's like, it's awkward, but
it's funny. Some barbers are like that.
Really?
They don't really.
They feel like, I'm just gonna cut your hair and that's it.
They're men though. They're so different.
That's true. That's true. Men, women are more personable. Yeah, they're gonna want to know.
Because you're not about to sit in my face and I ain't saying that. Right.
And then it's like, I feel like,
you staring at me.
Because I feel like, like Tay said, it's ministry. You know what I mean? For us, it's not just, I'm gonna do your hair and you're gonna get up out the chair. Like for me, like. And I know we ain't even talking about me yet. It's okay. But being the oldest, I kind of got into like into the beauty like first. And I was like, okay, I went to cosmetology, whatever. And then just to see like my little sisters like picking it up and like killing the game. I'm just like, man, like it's ministry. Yeah. And for us, it's not work for me. Yeah. Because I don't care how tired I am. I'm gonna finish this style. I'm gonna finish this. I might not even eat. But I'm gonna finish this.
I'm gonna sacrifice.
This is what I like to do. This is I'm in my element. I'm doing my thing.
And like Charlotte said, she said something so profound. Charlotte really started this for us. Yeah. Growing up, Mama and Charlotte, they I call them the jazzy dolls. Out of all 4 of us, they are so jazzy. I like to think of myself really simple. I'm really neutrals. I'm just a real simple girl. Still super fly though.
But simple, not basic.
Not basic, okay. Right. Simple, let's get that right.
Never
basic.
Never basic.
Never basic.
But Charlotte did start this off, and I want to give props to my sister, my big sister, because she was the one putting on lashes and eyebrows, and me and Tierra was like, well, what's that?
Let's just be honest, we didn't have money growing up like that to be going to the shop like the girls was. Yeah. Going to get our. My mama was doing our nails.
Mama was doing our nails. She was doing our hair. So we had to create a lane so that we could feel good about ourselves. And we started doing our own hair, nails, and makeup, and got good at it. And a lot of these girls be like, how did because guess what? We wasn't poor, but it was like, Mama she got 3 girls. That's a lot of money going to the shop to go and get hair and nails.
Bill or get your hair done.
So it was just like, we had to make sure like, okay, big sis doing it, and let's start.
And like she said, we learn. We learned from each other. It was 3 of us. So it was like, and honestly, I ain't never going to nobody else to get my hair and nails done. Okay. I mean, makeup. I'm sorry.
Makeup.
But,
nails too.
Nails too.
Baby, that too. Press on me now.
That too. But, yeah.
But, yeah. So,
it's just our nature.
Yeah, it's just in our nature. And I'm about to say, like, get it from our big sister, but my mama. My mom is such a jazzy person. Yeah. And her middle name is Jewel, so we call her Jazzy Jewel.
That's where the Braden Jewel came from.
Braden Jewel came from Jazzy Jewel, my mother's. But kudos to Mama.
Yeah.
April Mason.
Rogers, Parker, Mason.
Shout out to Mom.
Shout out to Mommy.
Because of her, we are here.
Yes. Yeah. But that's makeup. Got into it from Charlotte, my sister, and just, like I said, created a lane. And so I've been doing it for a while. Worked at a spa in Royal Oak. Shout out to Treasure Spa Wellness. She created a lane. I keep saying a lane, but that's so important because she created it for me and Tierra. She let us come work in her medical beauty spa. Tierra doing hair, me doing makeup, and literally we've gained clients from that. We've gained friends and family. So shout out to Treasure. And so we don't work there anymore, but we're, you know what I'm saying? We're still going on our way. We still looking to get our own beauty spot. So look out for us one day.
Yeah.
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 So pretty much.
So
We're trying to make some moves.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's our time now, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know about them, like, I feel like even though I was kind of the person like introducing them, I feel like I kind of doubted myself. And I didn't feel like, okay, you know, I would start doing little stuff. And I was like, I don't want to be a makeup artist. Like, I don't want to be a da-da-da. I like all things beauty. But just to see my little sister pick it up, you know, then the other twin, she doing hair. And I'm like, man, I taught her how to... Ooh, I'm like, I feel like a proud mom.
Taught me how to braid, baby, because I didn't know what I was
Baby,
doing.
I still don't know.
My first client,
it's so
I didn't know
beautiful
what I
though.
was
Like,
doing.
I'm so excited to know that we're stepping out on faith and trusting God to like actually do what we love to do.
Yeah. It's a blessing.
All right. So I don't know, Charlotte, what do you do? I actually don't know what you do.
Okay, so I do a lot of things. So
Woman of many talents.
as far as like our business, I want to style, like fashion.
Okay.
So I mean, because I do hair. Oh my goodness, I've done hair. Like I said, I went to cosmetology in high school for 3 years, 1,500 hours. I started doing makeup for a little bit. I know how to lay acrylic. I mean, like you name it. I bake. I cook. I do so many different things.
Barista,
I'm a barista. I make you a good old cup of coffee. I'm a mom. It's so many hats I can't even describe. But I'm really trying to find my lane, you know, because I've done a lot of different things, and I'm like, okay, Lord, like I need to narrow this down. Like I need the blueprint of what exactly, like Tierra said, I don't want to do everything anymore. I want to like specialize in, you know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, she got the makeup, she got the hair. And even though I do it too, I'm like, I want to run a business. I want to come talk to boss lady.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though we all gonna be the bosses, it's like I want to like
You want to have your own
the
thing.
paperwork, and I need to, you know, and I want to style. And I was like, okay, Lord, like I know I ain't got it like they got it or whoever, but I got it like I got it. So I'm having to start pushing myself like I got it.
Right.
You know, and I had somebody say, oh, you could turn something out of nothing. And I was like, yep. That's a gift.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Everybody don't have that. So I embrace it because it's like, okay, I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to find my lane. I'm almost 30 years old, but it's like, you never stop learning. You never stop. You know, I have big dreams, and I think we all have big dreams, but you have to really figure out like, okay, what is it? What is going to be? What do you want to focus on and spend your time on and your money on and whatever? Because it takes money to make money.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? So going to school, getting a degree, all that. So, and having children. You know, it's like I'm a mom. I've been almost 10 years. That's crazy. I'm still be like, oh my God, my son is about to be 10 years old. Jesus Christ. But yeah. That's my lane. If y'all can narrow it, get all that.
Oh, that was really good. Yeah. I liked, you know, takes money to spend money to get money. Yeah. And I think it's really about like investing in yourself. Yes. I always want to say that to people.
Yes.
So, you know, you want to invest, you know, stocks or other things. Your biggest investment is yourself.
Yes.
Whatever you're passionate about, I think that's something you should really pour your money into and never just let anybody try to doubt you or tell you like, oh no, that's not it, or 20 other people be doing that. Okay, there's still gonna be 100 other people that need this service done.
And guess what? Everybody can't come to you, and everybody do it a different way. It's like you said, it's 100 other people doing that, but guess what? You're gonna have your own clientele. Some people may not want to go to the other person. They may like coming to you because you're timely or because of your personality. So it's like, no, it's 1,000 rappers out here, but guess what? I like Drake.
Exactly.
So it's
and I was just gonna say,
like,
I think that was something that I was kind of discouraged about, like. And I almost intimidated, but I know there ain't nobody but the enemy to make me feel like, okay, well, 100 people cooking, 100 people was doing this. Okay, but it's 100 restaurants because today I might not want McDonald's.
Right. Exactly.
I may want Buffalo
Or I
Wild
may
Wings.
want to make
Right.
McDonald's out here don't cook the fries like this.
That's right.
I'm going to the same place.
I'm gonna get the fresh food.
Right.
Y'all might not. So it's just like, don't get intimidated by other people.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
not in their lane. I'm not driving a car. I gotta stay in the lane that I'm in. You know what I mean?
Like the bread aisle. It's so many different brands of bread, but I like Wonder Bread. Tomorrow I might like Sara Lee. Right. Sara Lee bread may taste better than Wonder Bread today.
Yeah.
You know that white bread is real heavy on you. You know?
And it's so crazy. Y'all said something like stay in your lane. My old boss, shout out to him. I love my old boss, Darnell Adams. He told me one day, he was like, it's so important to stay in your lane. When you focus and you stay in your lane, you can't get drifted apart. You won't waver, because guess what? You're not looking at nobody else. You focus on where you're going. So once you get off course, it's like everything, you losing focus. You and even at work, he would be like, what's going on? You know, I'm like, dang, I was paying attention. I was in their business over here. I'm like, he's like, no, stay in your lane. You won't have to worry about nothing else.
Right.
That's good. Direction. You on a certain path, and I would be like, I always like. I don't think he's been at the DOB for a long time. Well, no, he left a minute ago, and so, but I've always kept that in my other positions or wherever I move. I'm like, nah, Taylor, stay in your lane. Don't focus on nobody else. But
Because you're gonna get in an accident looking at somebody else.
You are gonna get in an accident, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, that metaphor is so good.
It's good.
That's so good because it's like, who was I about to say? I don't forgot. I'm sorry. We're on the podcast, but about being focused. It's the world wants you to believe, oh, you gotta be in everything, you gotta do everything. I'm telling you, Rihanna, she stopped doing the music and she been doing Fenty. You don't really hear about Rihanna, but baby, she's a millionaire. She's probably a billionaire.
I was about to say,
she's a billionaire.
She don't ever have to do another album.
She don't have to do nothing else. And all
She don't
she did
ever have
was
to
she
sing
did
another
Fenty,
note.
and that was it. She's focused on that one thing.
And guess what? And she ain't worried about y'all talking about where the album at. She focused on her marriage with Rock. And she married him. Yeah, you
Oh, for real? Oh, I didn't know that.
Y'all, don't quote me. I think she is married. But no, like she's in love. She's found happiness. She's working in the beauty industry now. She may like that better than she liked working with.
And she probably don't know how to do as much as she did in the music industry.
Exactly. So I feel like she's created a lane, and she like, I don't care what y'all got to say. I'm a billionaire. I can sit and not do another.
That
I don't
my
even have to
name
do
just
50.
speak for itself.
Exactly. So I think that's good.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
good.
beauty
Staying focused.
industry right now is really hot commodity.
It is.
Like everybody wants to keep their makeup, hair, and nails done,
Baby.
and they want to look good with
On
clothes. So that's
fleek.
why our business. Can we talk about that a little bit now?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Our business is called SuperFlyGlam. We have it not copyrighted. We have an LLC, and we're working on some things. So we're trying to launch some things. So we're asking God to help us stay focused. That's why that word focus is just floating around here, because we have not been focused, you know. And it's because there's so many things going on. My sister's a mom. My sister work. You know what I'm saying? She got her baby dog, and you know I'm a mom of 3, so it's like it's so hard for me to just stay focused sometimes because I just be doing stuff, and I'm like, Lord, let's make sure we pay attention to the task at hand. The task at hand is, look, this business is going to work for our favor, and it's going to help us in the future. We need something that we can stand on, and our kids can be like, look,
generational wealth.
Yeah.
this
And
is
sleeping on ourselves. I feel like for so long we were just, hey, give me a tip. You know, I'm doing a whole service for you. Like I can recall doing weddings and I'm doing the makeup, but I'm also helping the bride button up her dress, and I'm doing 80 different tasks,
Helping clean
and
up.
I'm like, oh, tip me. No, that it's not the time for that no more. We have developed skill set, and we need to charge for the service. So now it ain't no tip me. It's this is my price, and LLC, EIN numbers. We're making it our business to do the paperwork in the back behind the scenes and still build our business. Like Tierra was saying, generational wealth, building this for our family and our friends. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is good.
and
for
now
us.
people will know how to come at us because they know how we were brought up. Shout out to our mama again, because she has made us such women that we just it's just automatic. It's just like the color of your skin. All you do is see it. It's just there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to work hard. People already know. Look, I need you to help, baby. Just come help. It's in us.
Yeah.
So now we are putting a name to it, and now we're putting a demand on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
It's
are
a
demanding
demand.
that
It's
people
good
the brand.
the brand. You can't get it the way you used to because now
Right.
this is business, and this is what the Lord has given
Yeah.
us, and we can't do business as usual no more.
And I want to
good.
shout out Mama too, but Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yes,
say this:
our
our father, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Mama, the beauty and you know that jazzy side of her, but Daddy was a hustler.
Yeah.
Danny Lee Rogers.
Yes, he was.
And
Yes, he was.
we've created hustles. This
Yeah.
used to be a hustle. Of course, it's a passion now, but it was like a hustle. We getting up, I got a client at 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a hustle. We were in the hustle mode. And he taught us that. He was like, listen, if you don't do nothing else, you make sure you get up and you go and get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he really taught us a lot of things on the money side and just making sure we have hustles on the side, because guess what? You can have a 9 to 5, but baby, a hustle will help you with some other things. It'll help you, like you said, invest in yourself. Your 9 to 5 will help you pay your bills.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about hustle as well. And I really thank God for Daddy for that, because he really taught us all
And
that.
I feel like God is saying this is not going to be just a hustle for y'all anymore.
Right.
This is going to be something that we can, you know, because I have a vision in my head, like this is going to be worldwide. I don't know. It's like the things I've been telling people, and you know, I'm not a prophet or whatever, but maybe I am. And I promise you,
Come on,
I'm
prophet.
shifting gears a little bit, but the girl at our church, Lativia Smith, I told her a few months ago, I said, God is about to bless you with a new vehicle. I didn't know where this was coming from. I just said, you've been working. I think she was telling me something about her vehicle. Something had happened. Somebody broke into it or something. I said, oh, God is preparing you for a new car. Truck, whatever. I don't know. I just said it. She said, I received that. Maybe a few weeks ago, she got into a bad car accident.
sure
She said the
did.
car was totaled.
Yep.
She wasn't even about to pay for no other car because the car was totaled. Just get a new car. So I'm saying that to say this going to be worldwide.
Yeah.
This podcast is going to be worldwide.
is,
If you have
Ellen.
a desire for
I
it,
claim it.
you better
I claim it. I received that.
It's going.
some claps. We need some claps.
Come on, clap.
It may be hard for us to get another interview with you. I'm speaking it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get in with you, but we got a little pull or whatever. But we have to speak those things as though they were,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as though they were.
We gotta speak what we see,
Yes.
and what we don't see, because that's faith.
Yeah.
That's seeing and believing the things that you can't even see with your natural.
Here come the
And
wise
just-
child.
Not the
Speak
natural
wise
child.
child.
Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
wise child.
It's the wise one.
Oh, you the wise one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the
I
wise
guess so.
child.
Yeah, I'm the
She's
oldest.
got a lot of wisdom.
I was just gonna say, just dream bigger than anything
Yeah,
you think.
yeah.
Something that seems impossible.
Yeah.
Just think that. Write it down. Everything I've ever written down that said, "Oh, I want this. I want this." It's just come to pass.
Wow. Write the vision, make it plain. What's that, Habakkuk? I can't think of the actual verse and numbers, but it's Habakkuk. Write the vision, make it
It's in the
plain.
word.
And I'm starting to do that, because I would be like, I'm speaking it, God. I'm speaking it. Why? But it's write it down. A lot of people prayer boards. I'm starting to like, hey, let's do a prayer board party, because it's like that is scripture. Writing the vision, write it on paper, speak those things, like Tierra said, as if they were. So it's like, hey, we got to stop saying verbally, but we actually got to write it down.
Yeah, because a lot of us are visionaries. We
Yep.
need to see. You know what I mean? And
Seers, yeah.
This, of course, this is okay. Why I shall come to the spiritual aspect of building that faith, like
Yeah.
trusting God. It's really not something that may come easy to a lot of people. A lot of people can't. They don't think beyond this.
Right.
Natural body. You know what I mean? You have to tap in and really, like, when you get that relationship with God, it's like you start to trust him even more, because like, what is a relationship without trust? If these my sisters, but if I didn't trust him, then our relationship wouldn't be like it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I would be very, very I would have a wall up. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you kind of have that same relationship with God. Like, God, I trust you. You my homeboy.
Yeah.
Like we good. We on good terms. Like we on a first name basis. And you have to see it before you see it. Because even me, I started journaling like a couple months ago, and I was like, I'm a talker, I thought. But there got to this place where one of the elders at our church was talking about the word shaquat. And she did a whole sermon on this. And I was like, what does that mean? And I promise, it was like God just literally shut me up. And it wasn't even a bad. Even my sister was like, oh, you quiet. I was like, I'm listening to God.
So, we're going to take a break right here.
Yeah.
Because so we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right, Charlotte, you were saying?
So I was just saying, just really expounding on faith and trusting God. And I just kind of like looked up the definition of faith just for those who are listening, who are not believers or who are, trying to go further in their spiritual walk with God. And it's having complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So just think, it's really a spiritual thing. And I believe for me and my walk, it was like I got to the point where I couldn't do anything but trust God. And it was like, how you can't have trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? You either do or you don't.
Right.
So I started to look at it differently. And just to say, okay, I surrender. I give it to you, Lord. Yeah. You have your way. I'm gonna sit in the passenger seat, you take the wheel, you drive, and I'm trusting God. So that's the season that I'm in. That's why I can walk around free, glowing, because I'm not bound no more.
It's a weight lifted.
I'm not trusting in people no more. They can't really do. I'm not saying that they can't do anything for us, but it's certain things that they can't do. Mm-hmm. And that's really it.
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
It's real good.
Yeah,
I love it.
So, Tierra, you're the only one married here, right?
Yeah.
I am too. It's like, no.
According to be married. Yes, you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, talk about your marriage.
Okay, I've been married for almost 8 years. I guess I'm telling my age. I got married at 20 years old. I just was so eager to be married. Like I felt like I don't regret it. And the enemy tried to come to me and make me think I should have regretted it, but I don't regret it because I got a beautiful husband, beautiful kids. We are not perfect. We go through things. Sometimes we don't get along. A lot of times we don't get along. But we are who we are and we love each other. And so me and him have been together for almost 10 years. And so he was kind of like my first, and sexually too, but he was my first really guy that I was with. I wasn't really pressed about being with guys in high school. I didn't go to college. I think me and Taylor did like a half of a semester.
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, college now was personable. But college is not for everybody.
It's
though.
not.
I do not like school. I'm not even going to lie. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you though. I did like maybe a year and a half, and I was like, I can't.
Alan, you said not for me.
I can't do that no more.
I gotta think too much. I gotta do too much. I'm very comfortable in being an entrepreneur. And people trade school this and trade school that. Baby, a lot of people are going to trade school quicker and making more money coming from trade school than putting all their money in college.
Baby. A lot of people who got degrees that ain't got. They're not even in the field that they want to be in.
Yeah.
Not in the field.
Or I know so many people. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
good.
I know so many people that just graduated. They don't even want to do that anymore because
See,
they've been in there for so long.
Yeah.
But trade this and trade that ain't it. But it's really working.
But
for
people in the corporate world too. In the position that I have, I am supposed to have a bachelor's. I don't even have an associate.
See, favor.
But it's skill.
Yeah,
favor.
I've trained and I've gotten under people who taught me. And so I was accepted for the job because guess what? They gonna get you because you know how to do it. Whether they get somebody with a bachelor's, they don't know what they doing. They gotta come in, they gotta learn everything.
Yeah.
So it's not what you know and what's the saying? It's not who you know or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the saying.
It ain't what you know, it's who you know.
It ain't what you know, it's
who you know, and then the skill set that you have.
Yeah.
It's not about don't get me wrong, go to school, get your education. I love that. And I'm gonna go back to school. But learning that skill set and having that, you go to trade school and be making money, $30 an hour, $32 an hour without a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So favor ain't fair, but it's on me.
Mm-hmm. And what's for you is for you, like marriage. If it's not for you, don't get so caught up into thinking you want to be married.
Right.
Because baby, a lot of people done been in relationships for 10 plus years and they ain't got a ring on their finger and they just as happy as all that's outdoors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
But
people
that ain't
that's
gonna be
in
my
marriages
testimony,
for
say.
20 years ain't really happy. I want to be married. They've been going through hell and hot water for 20 years with a ring on their finger. But the people, you know what I'm saying? So don't think that, don't be so caught up, I just want to get married. No, find your man. I mean, no ladies. Nope, we're gonna switch that. God said no find your man. He said he who founded the wife. We talking about the man. We ain't talking about the world. He, she, all them. I'm they. No, we talking about he findeth a wife, findeth a good
I
thing.
want to pin a pin right there real quick though, because I used to be like, oh yeah, now the Bible do say chase, the man is going to chase you, but you got to be accessible. Like I feel like I be so, because I am single, happily single, but I'm not a loner, but like after work I be tired, I be coming home. It's like, no, get out there, go out, date. You know what I'm saying? How can he find you if you at home in the crib? You know, so it's like, hey, get out there and mingle and chat and, you know, be around you know what I'm saying, so that he can find you. Because people be like, oh, well, he ain't looking, he ain't found me.
And we don't
That's
mean that literally.
he
find it. Like literally, he not just gonna knock on your door. Right. It's not like Snow White or Cinderella. Right. It don't work like that. You gotta actually put in the little work.
Go to work, go home, and go to church.
Right. Exactly. No, I don't want to see you looking a mess. Make sure you looking cute.
My story at all.
And to like tie into that, I think that you have to be at a place where you're mentally, spiritually, absolutely prepared to grounded be in a marriage, because I desire to be married too, and I am single. But there was a point where I kind of felt like, I was like, okay, God, like mama got a husband, sister got a husband. I was just like, I felt like I wasn't worthy enough to get the kind of relationship that I wanted. And then I was like, oh, when I started doing that healing, you know, when you get healed, you don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to deal with nobody. You be like, I'm good, I'm safe, I'm secure. You know, I don't got to deal with nothing. I'm okay with being alone. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Real talk, I'm not even ready for marriage. I was like, I'm not ready yet. Like, I'm just kind of getting in this space where I'm like, I feel good. I'm alone, but I ain't lonely. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, that's a big difference. Before it was like, oh, I feel lonely. I just feel like, now I'm just like, God, give me a couple more years, Lord. Yeah.
Because you know you're not ready. You know you're not ready. So it's like, why jump into something and hurt each other or, you know, damage each other if you know you're not ready? Don't do that to people.
And you're never fully going to be ready, because even when you feel like you are healed and you're going to be healed before you get in your relationship, you're going to have issues because you're going to be with somebody that doesn't do the things that you do. They may not like the same things that you like. It's called compromise and sacrifice. But God, get me ready enough to be in that relationship, because now I had to cling to this man, and we are going to be
let
one.
Your guard down.
I gotta let my guard down.
Vulnerability.
And I have learned that throughout the years, that's you know, how to talk to a man, how to treat a man, and how to be with a man, and how to make sure I, you know, to watch the way I treat him and what he likes and what he doesn't like. You know, because some people, they be like, it's unspoken things. I'm still learning that in 8 years, baby. I am not perfect, you know, but we are perfect for each other. God has made us perfect for each other, and we're still learning. We're still evolving. We're not the same that we used to be, but it's worth it. Yeah. That's all I can say. It's worth it. So if you're looking to be married, you want to be married, just know that it's gonna be beyond that day of that big old dress, baby. When you get to the hotel, you're probably gonna be like, oh. You know what I'm saying? He may do something that you may not like, and you're gonna be like, you have to prepare yourself. It's like you're not gonna be prepared, but be prepared for him to be like, some days he ain't gonna want to do that. Some days you ain't gonna want to do that. And I ain't just talking about sexually. You may not feel like cleaning up. You may not feel like even talking some days. But you gotta kind of get out of yourself and your emotion and be like, okay, and communicate. We are learning communication. We think we got it down pat because we be like, I said that to you. No, it's the way you say it. It's how you say it, how you brought it to me, when you brought it to me. And it's not like you...
Body language.
It's not like when you... Because with me and my husband, Chris, I'm telling him out of respect. It ain't because I got to tell him. I'm telling him because he's my man. Just like the kids, mama, I'm telling you this because I'm going... Why you got to do it? Maybe it don't work for your marriage. It worked for mine because I got to let you know what's going on. Oh, where you going? I already let you know that. You know what I'm saying? It's like unspoken things. So I'm still learning that in a marriage, you know, how to communicate properly. Because we think we know how to communicate properly and we don't. And you got to get help. There's nothing wrong with getting therapy. There's nothing wrong with going to see a marriage counselor. Just because you getting counseling don't mean something is wrong. It's just trying to keep up with your person. Yeah. Let that be your person, that if you love them enough and you're going to be with somebody, do the work. It's going to take work. Just like when you got to go to work, your job can be the easiest job. My sister's been working here for this many years, and my sister's been working. You still got to put in the work. And if you're working on yourself, it's going to work out for you.
That's good, too.
So sum it up, baby. Marriage is worth it, but you got to...
You podding.
I'm podding.
You podding. I guess she is podding today.
But yeah,
Good wisdom.
I love my Chris. I love him.
That's good.
That's good. So we are the only 3 singles.
We
We're the only
we are.
3 that's single.
Brother Jonathan is single.
Y'all think it's hard now? Like y'all think just going
You
out
talking about the dating pool?
Yes.
Yeah. It's very.
Well, what do you think?
I don't
but what do
think
you
it's that
think?
hard.
What do you think? Well, I'm gonna get to you. What do
Okay.
you think makes it hard?
Oh.
Because I'll tell you mine.
Okay. Tell me yours first.
Well, for
Especially
me,
coming from a man.
oh,
Please.
that's true. So for me, like, you know, people aren't willing to compromise. Like you said, you have to be willing to say, okay, I might not like what he does here, here, and here, but I could fill in the gaps and say, okay, I'm willing to accept this man doing this and that. It's sometimes with women that are like, they have these expectations already of you. And I'm the youngest here.
Yeah.
I'm 22, gonna be 23. I gotta make a certain amount. I gotta be this height. I gotta do
That's
this and
too
that.
much.
And there's certain things I can't control
That's
about
a
myself.
pressure. That's
Right.
a pressure that you shouldn't have to feel.
And it's like, and you know, it's all really online.
Yeah.
But everybody's online, so you're thinking, oh, this is how every woman thinks. And
Yeah.
I know it's not like that, but it's still like, dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
y'all
lot.
got it like that?
That's heavy.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I would definitely say that kind of helped me a little bit because as women, sometimes we do have expectations.
And I understand that men
You know,
have
but
expectations too.
Yeah, but we have to be realistic.
Right. Right.
Some things, like you said, money, for me, of course, money ain't everything. It ain't everything, but I just want to know that whoever I'm with, we're making investments into each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to listen. I know how to survive now.
Okay.
Come on now. But I feel like it's for me. Like first of all, I'm a virtuous woman. I'm a woman of class. I'm like, when you look at me, you're not gonna look at me and see what you see out in the world because I'm different from what you know. And I think that now that I have placed boundaries on what I'm willing to accept, especially when it comes to dating, it's so simple because I've learned to date. Like sometimes you date multiple people. Like it's okay. I think I used to always put them all together and be like, okay, so I like this one. I'm dating this one. This the one that I really want to be with. That person may not even feel the same way about me. So I've learned to like date multiple people. You know, okay, you know, you get this vibe from this one, you get this vibe from that one, whatever. And I'm learning not to like just to chill.
Yes.
Not to
Don't
be
be so
like
overthinker in your head.
and me and Tay was just talking about this last night. Like when we put the stamp on, like, oh, it's the day, you be like, ooh, child, I'm nervous. Okay, what should I wear? I don't know. You know, it is kind of like that. Kind of like causes
It's too much pressure.
It's too much pressure, and it's like, dang,
I gotta look a certain way. It's like,
Right.
no, if we don't put that stamp on it, like you said, let's just go out and hang. Let's just go out and vibe with each other, and then we'll go from there. But if it's like, oh, it's date night, and it's the first date, oh my God, do I got something in my teeth? Do I got something? You're like, oh my God, is he gonna like this? Is he? Well, he wouldn't have asked you on a date if he ain't like it.
Right.
You know, so.
But I also feel like I'm very wise. Like,
Yeah.
and I just don't. Ooh, some of them be immature, Alan. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm just being honest.
I know.
It
My
just be like,
peers, a
what?
lot of my peers
Like,
have
don't
not grown
approach me
up.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Yeah.
certain way you want to be approached, and I feel like when you look at the kind of woman or the kind of man that you want to approach and talk to, you'll know, like, okay, I know I can throw a couple dollars and she gonna shake something, you know, whatever. That don't. You gotta approach different women a different kind of way.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men just want to have a good time, not a long time.
Yep.
So for me, I'm looking for something long term. Eventually, like I'm not going into it like, oh, let's get married tomorrow. I want this. I want that. No, I want the feeling to be mutual.
Yeah.
That's
That
my
is
take
the
on it.
end goal.
Yeah.
You know, I do want to be married. So if you're going to court me, let's court knowing that, hey, we're getting to know each other. But I eventually do want to get married,
Right.
so let's do this the right way.
Yeah.
And if it don't work out, it don't work out. We move on. But it's like, no, court me. Date
Yeah,
me.
court me.
Let's do it together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just a you thing. No, you're dating me. Hey, one day I may want to take you out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, we got to give everything. People be like, oh no, I'm gonna just let the man do the work. Yeah, in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
But we starting to date and we making this thing official now. No.
I don't mind.
Yeah, because I
doing
want to
anything.
show you that I have interest.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
like you.
Yeah.
And if I'm interested in you, I want you to
Yeah.
see the same thing. But
And I want you to know that I'm not a needy woman.
Yeah,
like, you gotta pay every time. Now, if you say like, if we on a date and you say, well, you know, we going out to this restaurant. Nah, it depends on what restaurant we going to. Because I don't know if I'm willing to pay over $100 bill. But if I really like you, I may pay. What? And then if you a man and you say, babe, you really, no, I got that. Then it's gonna make me want to pay the bill even more, because now you stop me and you thinking about wanting to pay instead of just sitting back like, go ahead, boo.
But you know what? Some men are like that. They want to make sure. Yeah. That's why I said for each relationship is different. Whatever works for you is what works for you. That's why I stay in my own lane and I be in my own business because men will be like, no, I got it. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah. Right? And so that's an agreement that they came up with. Right. But if another man be like, okay, now I need your help paying some of this. And I think when you get something you agree to.
Yeah. And when you get to a point where like that relationship is growing and you get like, you want to invest, like I said, important to them too. Like at some point you want to give something. I mean, I've dated before where I was like, he paid for everything. He did. And I was like, let me get one, like, and I never felt like that, but I was like, I felt like I liked this guy and I liked this person. So I was like, I was willing, because I'm learning that relationships, it take more than just love. Yeah. Right. Tina said it best. God rest her soul, Tina. What love got to do with it? Really? Like, it take more than love ain't gonna pay the bills. Love ain't gonna keep the house clean and the food warm and not all the time.
Right, but sometimes.
Not all the time. But
love is important,
that's how
though.
I feel about it. Sometimes, they need a little chlorine in it, in the dating pool.
A little bit. Yeah,
just to clean it out.
Just a little dirty.
Love dirty when Nick Cannon cleaned that pool. Come on. I need my sisters to be married. Lord.
Yeah, I just watched the interview with him. He's like describing his life with his kids. Like, I gotta go to this house to go talk to these kids. That's what I said, what?
I hate to say it, but why you sit up here and want to have all these kids? That's a big old responsibility.
A lot. Like, he went through his whole day. He wake up at like 2 a.m. because he got lupus.
Yes.
So he got like, it's hard for him to kind of get up. Sometimes his muscles be hurting and stuff. So it take him like an hour to get up. And he eat his breakfast. He go work out. Then he starts to go get ready for his morning show. He does that. Then it's either, he take his kids to school. And then
that's a lot.
It's already a lot getting up at 2 o'clock.
Jesus. And you having lupus.
He trying to be in all their lives though. That's why.
But why did you do it? Yeah. I really want to understand what difference was you trying to make. Because that ain't.
See, but the thing is, like we just talked about, that's his business,
right?
And I be like, hey,
what
he
works
like
for him
it,
is
I
working
love
for
it.
him. Because
I just couldn't see myself doing it, but if he like it, I love it.
Right, go ahead, Nick.
Jesus,
go Nick.
He must be going to bed like my auntie Bunny at 8 o'clock. Because how are you getting rest?
Yeah, I know.
You gotta be like Auntie Bunny don't play. Yeah, she go to bed at 7. She shut it down, honey. Yeah. Okay, he gotta do it. No, there's no way he's doing all that.
7 is insane.
He probably gotta go to bed before 8.
But he's building
he got a little roster. He got a whole NBA roster.
A routine. The family. He got
a routine. He
got a big family.
But I want to go back to what Charlotte said about just dating, just having fun. Yeah. Like last year, like I just learned a lot about myself from dating other people. Yeah. What I like in a woman and what I like about myself. Like, oh, maybe I don't really like this about her or certain things, and like my love language has kind of changed just from that.
Yeah. It's gonna change.
I don't want to sound weird, but I dated like 4 different women last year.
Oh, okay.
You ain't get one of them. Ain't nobody your girlfriend yet.
It's test trial, you
know? Yeah, that's some maturity, yeah.
Did you like one of the girls the most?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
You think you'll double back?
Yeah. I can't double. I can't double back. I can't go back.
You can't double back on that.
I can say I've double back before, because I'm more
double back before.
I think we all have. I'm not afraid to say it because I want to be with somebody I'm comfortable with. Like,
but then you start remembering like, why did we stop talking again? And
but you know what? Let me comment on that, because doubling back is not always a bad thing. Yeah, people change, people grow, and they're in different seasons. That's why you gotta date people, and when you date them, you got to learn them at each season. Yeah. So when you double back, for me, every time I double back, it was like, oh, this person has changed. They've grown. It's like, oh my God. And the love never really was lost. It was just our, now I won't say imperfections, but just petty little stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing to double back.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
Now
that's
that you
just
say
my
it like
opinion.
that.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Because 10 years down the line, Ellen, the girl that you really liked, something about her may have changed. And you like, oh, dang, something changed about her. I don't really like her. You know what I'm saying? So you may double back 10 years down.
And believe it or not, it happens in marriages. Like, they're not going to be the same. I was watching a movie last night, The Marriage Chronicles. That's a good movie. You got to see. It's on Tubi.
Marriage
It's
Chronicles?
an old movie. I think it came out 2012. And they have three couples. The one couple that's married for 22 years. I'm gonna sum it up real quick. The one couple that's married for 22 years. She was like, I like this and like that, and it's kind of like, brought some light to me and my husband's relationship, because she was like, oh yeah, I just really love, touching on my husband, and she was like real sexual or whatever, and he was like, oh, I'm a Christian man, we can't be doing all that. She's like, the Bible say we can do whatever we want to do. You can't be bringing people into the bedroom and stuff like that. But as far as, giving your body up and doing things and spicing it up, she was like, why can't I do that? So that was the one couple. The other couple, she was just a bitter Bessie. She was just like, she was sitting there with an attitude. She was just so bitter and mean, and she just had a spirit of anger all on her. And the other couple, they was her husband was very sexual, so it was vice versa. And she was like, she would do what he wanted to do, but she would be uncomfortable. And I say that to say people change in a relationship and in a marriage, because when the counselor started talking to him, she said, I really don't like doing all that stuff. I did in the beginning, but now I don't want to do that, because I feel like that's all we do. He was a mess. He was like, I thought you said but I ain't the same way. And we could be married for 2 months, 2 years, 2 minutes. I may do something different tomorrow, and you be like, I don't even know why I'm changing.
But you know what?
Because you're going to change.
When you're in a marriage, because I'm not married, but are in a relationship, sometimes you grow together, and sometimes somebody grows further or faster. Yeah. So it's like, hey, if I know you growing more than me, maybe I need to get on the same bandwagon, or I need to figure out why you're not growing. What's going on? Right. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're growing and you're not, something's going on. Yeah. Why am I stagnant?
But that's why I said communication is the key. It is. You got to communicate things. Sometimes you just got to sit down and be like, today we just not going to watch TV. We going to just talk to each other.
But like you said, communication, let's address it. Let's put the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it.
Because today I might like this. I like gold jewelry, but then tomorrow or a few years from now, I'll be like, I don't like gold jewelry no more. And they may be like, why you don't like it no more? Because I don't like the way it look on my skin. I think I like silver jewelry better. Or I like this perfume better because I feel like or I like this lotion better because it made my skin a little more softer because I want it to be more soft for you. You know what I'm saying? It's not just I'm just changing just because I want to change. It's a meaning behind the changing.
Yeah, and then you got some people who are not just mature enough.
Yeah.
Or they reach their peak of maturity.
Yeah.
Like that's just for, and I think that's for men especially. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I think men really. Yeah. They just stop. Women always keep going. They keep evolving. And men always
admitted that.
No, because I see it.
That's why you wise, Ellen. That's why I gotta go send you a wife.
Man, I'm waiting on her.
Listen here.
She's coming.
She's definitely coming, Ellen.
But I just see it all the time with just people. I'm like, you really still thinking that way? Like you 25? I done worked almost 10 jobs. And working at the restaurant, you just really see the immaturity in men. I'm like, you still thinking like that? And you almost 50.
And I think that's really good to hear another man say, because sometimes we just got to be like, there was one point in my life where I was like, I want to learn certain things about me. And, especially when I was like, okay, I like this person. Let me kind of like figure out the ins and outs of how to coexist with a man.
Yeah.
The last encounter I had with somebody, it was like he was really cute, but he was just so immature. And I was like, he literally laughed the entire. I was like, okay, because I started to say, what's so funny? Like, what is you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like automatically thinking like he's immature.
But did you ask him why he was immature?
Because I'm not even finna ask you why you laughing.
You probably you done irritated me to the point. Yeah. But I bet you nobody has to probably ever ask him when they're dating him. I want to ask you a serious question. What's so funny? He may be like, I don't know, or this funny. You may be like, no, seriously.
No, because
maybe that's a mechanism that he uses because he's nervous, or because You know how some people laugh because they just don't know what to
Something
say,
is up
or
under that laughter.
it's an underlying.
No, it was too much laughter. It was like he was at a comedy show. He was at a comedy show. That's how much he was laughing, and I was like, no, what? But yeah, it just showed me like it's a lot of immaturity in men, and I think that's for me. That's kind of like one of the things that's like a red flag for me. You're immature. I can't.
Red flags.
Yeah, can we get into red flags? Because sometimes we think they pink. And
green.
Oh, pink is hilarious.
Pink is hilarious.
Pink is my favorite.
Yellow, red, or
So I'll be like, oh, that's a cute pink flag. Let me go.
You get up and it's like, oh no, that's darker. No.
And the thing about it is, we be knowing they red flags.
Yeah.
We be like, oh, let's change the color. I didn't see that.
Or you be
some
trying to
red flags are
change that
covered.
person.
Yeah.
You try to
You
change
cannot
that.
change people. We have to know and understand that they're going to change because of something that experiences in life and just them maturing. But we cannot be, if you changing somebody or you want to change somebody, you need to get out that relationship. You in a relationship for the wrong reason.
Because a lot of people don't want to be changed.
You can't want change. You got to be the change.
Yeah.
True. You have to want to change.
You have to want to change. So it's like if you keep trying to change somebody, I think they'll pull away. They'll start doing or being rebellious or doing what they know you don't like. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I be like, nah.
See, that's
be trying to change people.
That's what I be talking about. But I think that's important too.
That's a flag.
When I was younger in my like more serious relationship, I think I low key was trying to change him, and I was like, man, what if he was trying to change me? Because I feel like I'm perfect. I'm Charlotte. I'm perfect. So there's nothing wrong, Until I finally got to the point where I was just like,
dang, I gave him one job.
One job.
He probably gonna edit
Jonathan,
that out.
you had one. I am weak. And y'all hear them upstairs rock starring it up. I'm like,
Man, I was like,
Any other day.
any other day they quiet.
they
You
have
gonna edit this out, Ellen?
I'm gonna see what I could do.
Okay.
It don't matter. I think they're more focused on us than they
How
are.
much time we got left? 3 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Red flags. Yeah, that's we see them.
Yeah.
I think we see them and we just really try to say, oh, I could tweet this about this person. I could go in and do this. But some people are just really set in their ways, and once they set in their ways, there's no changing them.
It's no turning back.
And I think that's whack.
It is whack.
After a certain, you can't stay a caterpillar forever. Like, I know I'm a butterfly, but I went through my phase. You know what I mean? Of not being who I full and truly am. So, I mean, what are we doing if we're not changing? Like, what's happening? Seasons change. Why aren't we not
When
changing?
you went to school, you didn't stay in kindergarten unless you just kept flunking.
I think we just have to learn how to adapt. Learn to adapt to change. And whatever may come with it. Because it's not always scary. Sometimes it's good.
So you have to be adaptable. You have to be teachable. Sometimes, it's their life lessons that'll teach you to like change and stuff like that. Not somebody wanted to change you, but it's going to change you regardless. You know what I'm saying? So be adaptable to it. Be teachable to it.
And I think sometimes we change and we don't even know we change. You be like, oh, I don't do that the same. I don't even eat the same.
Man,
I don't even wear my hair the same.
I just start figuring that out too.
Yeah, you start to learn yourself.
Yes.
Like, I don't like that anymore. And sometimes your body is like, you can't have that no more.
Man.
So it's sometimes you can't even the change is already coming. You can't stop it. You can't block it. You can't do it. And that's why prayer is so important. Because if you are locked in with somebody in a marriage, or if you're gonna be with somebody like was it Chrissy and Jim Jones? I mean, by the time she said she wanted to get married, or by the time he said he wanted to get married, she said, I don't even want to be married no more. You didn't put me through all this hell and all these years, and now you want to be married? No, it ain't working for me no more. So now he just like, But
all right. So on that note, we gonna take another pause.
Hey.
Okay, we are back. So to close it off, y'all think closure is real in relationships or friendships?
Anybody want to go first?
I'm gonna go because me and Charlotte was talking about this last night, and I was telling her no, I don't think closure. You don't get closure from your friendships and your relationships. You just learn how to move on. It's like with grief. It's always going to be there, right? But you just have to learn to move on. You can't suck in life. Yes, Daddy passed, and yes, we're still grieving him, but there's different levels of grief, like with closure. Different levels of closure, you know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, I don't think closure is really real because we was just talking about, I've had friends in elementary and relationships that I still be like, dang, oh my God, I miss them. But I just got to move on in life. I have no choice but to. I can't sulk and be in that, because guess what? Then I'm going to be down, and then I'm going to be depressed, and then I'm going to go into this. Yeah, it's like I have to move on. I have to continue to live life and grow. But I don't think it's real, because we'll always love them in the back of our hearts. We'll always have love for them. We may not be in love still, you know what I'm saying? But we'll always have that love for them in your heart. Like, you'll be like reminiscent. Dang, I remember my friend from elementary. You know what I'm saying? There's a love that you still have for them. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. What you think, Shar?
I was going to say, because when you remember like the people that you've been in a relationship with, like whether it's been intimate or just like a platonic, you'll always remember how that person made you feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So it's just like, is there really a time where you be like, okay, I'm gonna have to end this and we're gonna close and settle the deal, and we're both like, sometimes you're not always on the same page with how things ended. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like even me, like losing a couple different friendships, and I'm very loyal. So I'm always feel like I have to, you know, I'm always giving myself, giving. And sometimes it has to be, the relationship has to be mutual. And sometimes you feel like you have to make the decision, like, if you want the relationship to even, you know what I mean? Yeah. Still even be there, because sometimes you have
sometimes
to be
it kills you.
Honest with yourself.
Yeah, you got to be honest.
Some people, you may drain you may drain others. You just have to be honest. You have to set a boundary. And that's where boundaries really come in and play. Because
it may not feel good, but it's going to be good for you
but it's going to be good. And, you know, you guys, you'll know how to treat each other. Yep. You'll know what, you know, we talk about those expectations, but it's not really fair to go into something expecting something when you don't know anything about this person. You guys have not agreed to it. So you got to put yourself, I got to put me first, Lucius.
I
really thought that was just in movies. I thought that was in movies.
What's said, I got to put me first. You have to put yourself first.
You got to put me
first. You have to, and it, like I said, it may not feel good.
Yeah.
Losing a friendship, losing a relationship, but it's going to be beneficial to you in the end.
Yeah.
And you be like, dang, I stayed in that longer than I was supposed to.
What I was supposed to.
Like, God was definitely pricking your heart to move on. But, you know, we be in our feelings and we be being disobedient. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you should have been moved on. Like I told you to.
And sometimes it's like God to be like, just, they're gonna break your heart. You know, they gotta break your heart, friendship wise, whatever, just for you to be like, okay, this was necessary.
Because every time, not because every time, some people can't go where you're going. Yeah. So maybe those friendships ended. It's kind of different with losing people. You know, they say when death comes, life comes. You know, I don't think you ever will get closure when you lose a loved one. You know, but as far as the friendship, you're not going to get closure, but hey, you weren't going where I was going. And maybe you just didn't want to go, and maybe you weren't prepared to go, and maybe you just wasn't good enough to be where I'm going to be at. Yeah. You know, or it could be a thing where you may not be trustworthy. God may be moving you out the way because he can be like, this person is going to be the one. This person going to tear you apart. Mentally, physically. They may do something that may not be good. You know, so sometimes we have to be okay with letting them go.
And they life lessons. Like, I feel like everything that we do in life is a lesson. And I used to be like, oh, I wasted my time. I did this and that for that person, and I wasted my time on this person. And I had to change my perspective, because I was like, no, that was a lesson. I learned something from that, and I don't regret it. I moved on. That person taught me something, or this friendship taught me something, this relationship taught me something. So now everything that I do in life, I'll be like, oh, that was a lesson. Thank God for it.
Yeah, you know, it's not a loss. It's a lesson.
It's not
That's
a loss.
That's why when Ellen said, you know, I was dated 4 girls, and hey, I got something out of everything. You know, I learned something. Play from the Himalayas. But that really ministered to me because
I don't think I could date 4 people at one time.
I could,
but what if you?
I don't know.
You said the whole year.
I could, like in the different
not different times.
Yeah, different times throughout the year, not at the same time. Oh God, my mental state could not accept that.
Wait a minute, because I did say I could. Let me tell you why though. Because I'm gonna clear it up. Because when you're dating somebody, it's like, hey, I'm dating this person. This person asked me on a date. We're not exclusive. Yeah. I don't have any ties to you. First of all, I don't have to tell you when I wake up. It's just, hey, we went on a date. It was harmless. And then somebody asked me in the next couple of weeks, hey, can I go on a date? Yeah, you sure can. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's I can't even get it out. Simultaneously dating.
Yeah.
You're not exclusively dating someone. When you're exclusive, you say, "Hey, you're for me and I'm for you. Let's lock this thing down." You know what I'm saying? That's a difference.
That's good.
So
because I think my perception of dating was different. I had to ask my mom like a couple. I was like, "Mom, what's dating?" Because I felt like I was dating this person so I was like, "Oh my
don't
God,
don't put all your eggs in one basket." That's what
the ing or the date. Dating or dates? Because what if you dating 4 people, but you're not dating all of them at the same time? If you get what I'm saying, like
so how I think of it, that is dating when you're going out with different people.
Okay.
That's dating.
That's dating.
But once you are exclusive with one person, you're in a relationship.
Yeah, you make that known.
You make that known.
Yeah.
You are my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And this is it.
I like
this
what
is
we
us.
got. Let's keep it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a conversation that you guys have, and you're both in agreement with, because it's like, hey, you don't think we in an exclusive. You can't obviously think that if I ain't say that to you. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, well, no, we went out on a couple dates, but I never said we was.
Or you get jealous,
dating.
like, why you do that? And
Right.
why? Oh, I ain't know we
I don't
was
have no
together.
time. Right, exactly. So I don't owe you anything until we make that agreement. Oh yeah, I
But
like
see,
you.
then you got
like
the
me.
ones
my
who
boyfriend,
literally,
my boyfriend.
But then you got the ones who you are literally doing all that with, and it's just like, I get it. You do have to like be vocal about where this is going, but like sometimes it's like, okay, just like you said with what Jim Jones has and Chrissy Lampkin. How many years?
It's been
17, 20, 40. What?
Yeah.
Like, come on now, just make it make sense. some men, I feel like don't want that.
But I'm
But I
gonna
feel
say
like,
this.
you feel like you tied down, but
I ain't
knew
gonna
that
lie.
he wasn't ready to get
She
married.
allowed that because there is no way in the heck that I'm dating this person for, I'm gonna say, even like 5 high years. No, let's have a conversation. Are we going somewhere with this? Because there's no way. I don't believe that she hadn't said nothing, but I believe that she was comfortable. Cause ain't no way
She
you
was
still with
waiting
it.
on him to
Yeah, I
propose.
love him, but it's like 10 plus years and you ain't never thought that you was gonna marry me.
He was stringing her along. He probably kept saying, "Oh, maybe next year, baby. Give me a little more time."
Every time she
And
come out.
I love Jim Jones and Chrissy, but
Yeah,
it's
we
just
do.
like, I want to see her happy. I want to see her married. She wants that for herself.
That was her desire. And
That
so
was
now
her desire.
her desire has changed because she done dealt with this man for so many years, and she like, I don't even want to be married no more. But now you changing yourself for this man, and it's just not fair.
And then now you hurt, and then the
Right.
next person you
Right.
move on to,
You're
you
gonna
done hurt them.
Exactly. Hurt people.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's heal. Let's move on.
And she probably said, well, heck, I'm in it now. Ain't no point of, but it's like, you didn't get what you wanted.
Nah, player.
There's only so much you could take from somebody else that you're communicating this so much.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to get to a point like, okay, you really don't want what I want.
Right. Yeah.
I got to move on.
Yeah.
And close that off.
Yeah, close that door.
I think
But
she
I'm
just had to
learning
be
now that, just not learning this at 27, that you have to, men are not mind readers.
Yeah.
And women are not either. But men, I feel like women, we be like, well, I expected you to know that. You should have felt my energy. And I used to be like that. But we have to do better with communicating how we feel in the beginning so that in the end we don't build up and explode. Because I know for me, I would be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Lord, doggone well, I was
ain't.
irritated. It bothered me. But
Right.
we get to this one point and I'm going to be like, no, I'm exploding and I'm telling you what bothered me for the last 6 months. And you like,
Right.
that was 6 months ago, Taylor. Why are you just not saying nothing?
And now you done did something else. So
Exactly.
now two
So
things.
everything is a policy. So I'm learning now to open my mouth and to communicate and be like, hey, this bothered me. Let's talk about it instead of sweeping stuff under the rug. Because I'm a type of person to be like, okay, let's just sweep it under the rug, And I think that's a root thing, but. Like, I'm learning to be like, hey, let's talk about it. Let's go get
And you
something
have to come with
eat, or,
men.
you know,
You gotta
and-
ease it with these men, because when you just yelling and you just seem mad and you just yelling and they don't like that. Because it's like, you coming at me the wrong way. You gotta talk to them real soft. Sometimes you gotta do it during sex. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Well, it's married.
It's
married
If
sex.
a woman really wants something,
You
she
are
gonna do it.
blessing
She gonna
me.
ask the man during sex because you got him right where you want him to be. You know what I'm saying? That it feel good to him, and it's just with life. You gotta get him to a comfortable state.
Yeah.
To where they can receive it.
Yeah.
They're gonna receive it during that time, and then they can receive it when you soft spoken. This is a soft girl era.
And I think that just kind of ties into like why I feel like some people think and a lot of men feel like women are masculine more, you know, I think it's because we're in a time in our life and really in society where I'm a single mom. I'm the woman in the household. I'm got no man in the house right now. I got a little man, but I've learned to do a lot of things on my own. So it's like I like the independency, but I also want to be soft. I want to be, I just want to be the soft.
I want to be the
And
princess.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing though, being independent. Because I know for me, I've always been like, my sisters always tell me I was the bossy child. I've always been independent, but I am learning now that it's okay to be vulnerable with your mate. It's okay to be like, hey, no, you get it. Because I'm always the type of person to be like, hey, no, I got it. Hey, no, you don't have to. I'm not accepting anything because I just don't want to accept it. But I'm learning now to like put my feelings in. That's pride. Put my pride to the side and be like, I want to be vulnerable. I'm in my soft girl era. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let the man do what the man's supposed to do.
Was pride one of the topics too?
Yeah.
Pride was one of the topics.
Yeah, we gotta. You can't.
Pride was.
I have operated in pride too. Lord forgive me. Not Tierra right now. Seriously, because it is. Seriously, like pride will get you messed up. Yeah. Like you will get yourself into some stuff. And you be like,
fall, you can't be so prideful when you don't accept anything.
Make it hard on yourself.
Or I can do this, I can do that, and you don't. Like we got to learn how to ask for help. And help could be whatever you want it to be. It don't have to. It could be financially. It could be mentally. It could be. We all need each other. So I feel like we got to put our pride to the side.
Yeah,
and be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to, nobody want to be harsh all the time.
Especially when you get married.
I know I don't. I don't want to.
And even
like
for men too, it's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You don't have to always have it all or look like you got it all together.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, hey, I need some help.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not feeling okay.
That's good,
I'm
Alan.
not feeling okay. It's
That's good.
okay to
That's
not
good.
be okay.
Yeah.
And if you got a woman that really love you, she not gonna make fun of you and she not gonna make you feel bad. She gonna be like, baby, I'm glad you said that because we gotta work together. What works for you is what works for you. Just because a man say, oh, I'm a marriage counseling. Me and Chris talked about we both was gonna work, and so we got to a point in our marriage where I didn't work. He was like, well, we already agreed about this, and I was like, well, so it's just like, he think I'm just supposed to let him just do all the work. I don't mind work. I don't mind paying for your haircut. I don't mind getting you an outfit, some shoes. I done heard a lot of women say, I'm not paying for my man haircut. Well, baby, if your husband or your man ain't got no money and he need a haircut and you gon', oh, baby, you look rough. Well, pay for my haircut then.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But I love that. I love that too. Men being vulnerable. That don't mean you gotta cry.
Right.
And even if you do gotta cry,
it's okay.
I hate that society and the world really makes it hard for men to be vulnerable. Like I'm raising a African American little boy. I don't want him to feel like everything has to come out of anger. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's why they already feel like they fear him anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're attractive and sometimes it be jealousy too. I'm gonna just say because people they be upset of some things that they can't do. But I see this black African American man striving and thriving in it, or this African American woman. Yep. It's intimidating. They're so intimidated, and it doesn't matter who I'm talking about. Black people. I'm not talking. This is not a race thing. Yeah. I'm just speaking in general. Yeah. So I think it's really, really important for black men to know, like, it's okay. I want you to be vulnerable. It is okay. I want you to feel like this is a safe space for you because I want my son to see that too.
And we are creators of that safe space.
You only way you know how to express yourself is through anger. That's not no. I don't want that for my child.
Yeah. And I'm glad you did that because that's how my mom did me.
Yeah.
We wouldn't. I honestly, in my whole life, I probably got whooped like 3 times because most of the time, my mom would sit down with me, say, "What's going on?
Yes.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Why are you not getting this?" And talking me through it. Yeah. And I expressed myself. Plus, I'm the only child, so I really got that attention.
See?
And she just really was like, "What's going on?" And I explained what's going on. We talk it out, we work it out, and we move forward.
Yeah.
A lot of men, like, it strives from, you're being yelled at as a kid, you getting whooped all the time.
It's a real.
And you got your uncles and older cousins like, no, you can't cry, you can't be doing that, you gotta be hard. You can't show them you soft like that. Women don't like that. When women are okay with that. But even then, some women are conditioned like that too. Like, your man can't be like that. Your man's soft. Oh, I could whoop your man. He be soft like that.
I could walk over him. It's like, no, no, you can't.
And that's another approach that I'm doing, because when I was younger, we got spanked, but we turned out all right. I appreciate. I thank my parents.
Thank God for the spankings.
Yeah, because sometimes they had to just get us in line. Like, okay, I've told you this multiple times, but see,
Charlotte got the most whoopings.
That's a lie.
Oh, I remember that one whooping me and Tay got.
No, the twins definitely.
Let's not even talk about that.
It might be equivalent. I ain't even gonna lie. It might be equivalent. I was a little daredevil when I was like, oh Lord, I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry for doing all that.
And that's not even your personality though.
It's not. I'm really not like, that's not my personality. I just was doing stuff when I was younger.
Like mother, like son, because Brady be he a little daredevil.
But I appreciate that, because I don't whip my son all the time. Because again, me and his father, we have two different views. We have two different parenting skills, and we're not together. So a lot of the times I'm learning that my son is paying a lot of attention to us, especially to his dad, because that is his DNA. That's who he is. He does music, and our son loves music. But I just want to make sure that I'm talking to him so that he understands that I'm not gonna even my sister be like, oh, I get it. Sometimes it'd be like, sit your behind down. But other times it's like, okay, what's going on?
But he getting it from both households. So
he's getting it from both households. But I'm
he
just
getting
like,
taught two different ways.
It's because I'm looking at just the kind of man that you are, and I just want to give kudos to your mom and you for
shout out to mom.
Shout out to you, because I just see, I remember when you were a kid. I know this. I feel so old saying this. I really do.
remember you.
But I remember when you were younger and we would go to church together, and I was like, oh my God. And then when you came back, and I'm like, this is so dope, Alan. I'm proud of you. I would have never thought that your family coming back and our family's just loving each other. That's the kind of church we have, where we all fellowship. But it's just so dope to see that we want to help each other. We want to expose each other to everything. Yeah. And I think it's really dope. I'm excited about
shout
where we all going.
Yes.
To your future, this podcast. This is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's like I said before we recorded, I want to help everybody out. Get everybody the exposure they need, and just doing what I love. I love doing this. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I remember I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, and I'd go to Bishop's office, and I give him the drawings, and he give me the sweetest fish in his drawer.
Oh my goodness! Hey, you get this, I get that. Now he got fruity. Right, now he got fruity. Like, Bishop, where the sweetest fish?
I'm like, what are we doing?
We gotta go back. I just change the candy on us. He said the sweetest fish got a little to it.
God,
right. Shout out to our Bishop.
Yeah.
Man,
good time.
Good times, man. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, help us.
That's good.
Well, y'all want to introduce, fully talk about the brand?
Yeah. So
let's do it right.
Let's do it right. Because Sierra mentioned it in the thing, y'all. But let's do it right. So I am Taylor.
I am Tierra.
And I'm Char.
And we are SuperFlyGlam.
Hey.
So that is our business brand.
Oh, give it up for us.
Give it up. So SuperFlyGlam has always been in our belly, but it's just now being birthed. Amen. So that's a word.
Yeah,
that is a word.
But,
it's just not being birthed. We gave birth to it not too long ago, and so got all of our paperwork and stuff done. Thank God for Jasmine.
Yes.
Jasmine Ray, our sister.
Jasmine,
she's helped us with the business aspect of things, and so it's based off of the beauty industry. And again, me doing makeup, TT doing hair, and Charlotte doing the styling and the fashion portion of it.
One-stop shop.
It's really a one-stop shop, and we're looking to eventually, get a shop and everything like that.
Definitely expand.
Yes. Expand, but right now we're still handling some of the business aspects. But look for us in the future, because it's not going to be just a shop. It's going to be a conference. It's going to be a beauty expo.
This is ministry for us.
It's ministry, so just be on the lookout and look for some new things with us. Tia, Charlotte, y'all want to speak more to it?
It's just something like you said. I want to expound on that just a little bit. How you said it's been in your belly, and some people may think about having a child. You can't carry a child over 9 months, but we talking about the egg. So if you think about it in terms of, you know, how women have eggs and they freeze their eggs, you know, it's not like it's trash. It's just like, I don't want to have this baby right now.
Right.
Or I can't have this baby right now because of, you know, my reality or what I'm going through. But you freeze them eggs. I'm telling you, those dreams, those visions, those goals, it will come to pass. So I just thank God for these opportunities and the resources that God is sending to help us get this business started, because we have the vision. We just need help along the way, and God is doing it in this season. And I just thank God we are doing it together as a family. We don't have no outsiders. God is, you know, making ways for us to do it so we can make a living for ourselves. We've been working hard all our lives. We were not slaves, but shout out to the slaves. Oh, God bless you. But
I think
shout out to the slaves. It's crazy.
Man, because back in the day, I don't know if I would have been able to live.
God.
Just not about to do all this.
Take me now, Lord, because
we have been working hard, and now is the time.
Now
we're investing in ourselves. We want to build generational wealth for our children. And this is just something that's just been in our hands. It's been in our hands, and I think we're ready to see ourselves, what we're capable of doing with the help of God. Because we ain't doing this by ourselves. We give all credit and honor to God for just being the head of our life and who we believe in and who we trust to do the work and to send us into help us to network with the right people, because it's our time. It's our time.
All right, that's really dope. That's really dope. I like that. If I had some brothers, I'd probably try to do it like this.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
Yes.
Well, anything else y'all want to say?
I'm just honored to be on this podcast. If you want to get me again, you can book me as. I'm just kidding.
No, thank you, Ellen, for real. This is a dope opportunity, and it was so authentic, like just the conversation. It wasn't like he gave us topics, y'all, but we just kind of flowed into everything. And I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to come on your show. Big Al.
Big Al.
Reach out to Big Al.
Look out for Big Al.
Big Al.
Yeah, thank you guys. We've been talking about this for months now.
Yeah, we have.
And just
How long, Ellen?
I think since like October.
Oh,
It
Jesus,
is-
that's a long
but it's
time.
all
is
in God's
made-
timing.
Yes,
timing.
yes.
I'm big on timing.
Yeah, it was right.
It's been a long time coming, but we made it.
We made it.
All right. Well, thank you for watching and listening. Make sure you hit the comment, like, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on, oh my gosh, what y'all doing?
Just being extra.
Okay. Make sure you hit the rating, 5 stars. Make sure you download Spotify, Apple, Google, anywhere you get your podcast, listening from your podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next one.
See you later. See you soon.
Peace.
Peace.